somehow right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tanks and Tutties, presented by Tubbs and Franke. As you can see, representing the boys. Big dub today. Game got moved up, and they got out of there with a dub. We're going to talk about it later. We'll talk about it when we talk about my long shot that is the best ever. But anyways, before we get started here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube. If you're listening via podcast, make sure you go and message us. We need things to talk about. We don't want to just do the same thing every week, even though we are right now. We need something to talk about. Send us hot takes, something to discuss. That's it. But let's get into it. Dynasty update. We actually played some games last week. I believe we're 5 games into the new season. I beat Franke on a last-second field goal in our matchup.
For the second
time. Played that second time. We just played that last night. Franke went up 17 to...
It was 17 to 10.
To 16. It was 17 to 10. I scored late, but not late enough. Went for 2. I wanted the win. Franke was doing whatever he wanted on offense. So I was like, I'm going for 2. Got stuffed. Ran the same play that I used to score to make it 17-16. Got a huge stop, a 3-and-out, and then proceeded to drive down the field. 2 big plays back-to-back. Almost exactly the same as our first matchup. 2 big plays back-to-back. Got the last-second field goal, bled the clock. You had, I think, 6 seconds when you got the kickoff, ran a play. Almost worked, but it didn't. Had a pick. I wanted to return it for the pick 6, really get that blowout status, but I couldn't do it. Why don't you talk about the team, where you're at in the season? How's your record?
Yeah, Kentucky fucking blows, dude. The first season, first off, if you guys can't tell, new mic. Not new mic, new camera. We have professional video quality now.
Looks great.
And I'm fitting in with the Kentucky culture now.
Woo!
Went with the mullet. We did cut the mullet, as I mentioned last week. Tried to really turn around the culture for this Kentucky team. It didn't work. I'm 0-5. 0-5, and none of the losses have been good. Lost to Vandy. Bad loss there. Lost to Tennessee. I believe I threw 3 pick sixes that game and had a fumble. I lost to Eastern Michigan.
That's a bad one. That's a bad one.
Lost to South Carolina, and then I lost to Minnesota. I don't have a running back that is over a 74 overall, so I can't run the ball. Jake saw the good side of my quarterback. And
he looked good.
For once.
Yeah.
I cannot seem to complete a pass. All of my receivers are deep threats. And 2 of them have decent catching stats, but considering they're all deep threats, doesn't help when I'm not running deep plays. So I guess maybe I'll just start running all Hail Marys, and we'll see how that goes. But it's rough. I can't really recruit either because I'm 0-5. Nobody wants to come to me. So I think I might just take any offer I can get next season, whether it's a head coach or an OC job. And we'll just have to go from there. And yeah, it's going to be a long season for sure. I'm hoping that I can maybe string together a winning streak here. But I believe I have Georgia and Texas that I have to play this year. So
That's tough.
Probably not going to be very good.
Minnesota, on the flip side, is shockingly having a good year. We're ranked. We're 4-1 now. Big win over Kentucky on the road. I'm also taking any offer in the offseason. I still hate Minnesota. It's a bland team. I just want to go somewhere and recruit some crazy dogs. I can't recruit at Minnesota. I need to get to a bigger school. I don't have hours. For everyone, it's like, too far from home. So I need some dogs, and I got to go to another school to do that. So I'm trying to go SEC next year, get some recruiting hours. I'm hoping for like a Michigan, Wisconsin would be sweet, obviously, Or
I can tell you for a fact I'm not going to get an offer from Wisconsin. I think
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have to take a step back to a non-Power 5 school
100%.
for at least a year or two and see if I can make a playoff or something with a non-Power 5 before I get back to a Power 5 school. But
Yeah, I'm definitely going top dog. I'm talking Florida State, Clemson, Michigan. And for anybody that's laughing at Florida State, in the game, they are still considered a powerhouse. The game doesn't know that they're garbage. Oklahoma, Texas, any of those types of teams, even like an A&M, just somewhere I can have hours and build. I'll probably turn down Georgia, Bama. But yeah, other than that, I'd go anywhere. I'm definitely taking a step up. But I'm excited because last year I got extended, so I couldn't get an offer. But this year, I think I'm going to get some offers.
I think what I've realized over the last couple games, now actually this isn't true now that I'm talking about it. I was going to say, I think that my problem is I never play, well, I do throw too many picks, but I think it's because I play a lot of SEC opponents, being an SEC school and everything, because I haven't done another dynasty in SEC. I did one with Memphis for a little bit. And I quit that. And then I did one with Wisconsin, and like my one with Wisconsin, like I said, I was the number 2 overall, in my first season. And then,
but you're playing on varsity.
Season, no, I'm playing on All-American.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I'm confused. Is like, I don't have issues with Wisconsin and a lesser quarterback there. And then I go to Kentucky and I have a better quarterback who's an 85 overall, still playing on All-American, and I can't complete passes.
I think also at this point, you are not really focusing as much, especially at 0-5. I feel like you're just hucking it up there and it's just whatever.
So well, yeah, because I get down early and then I have to pass all game.
Yeah. So greener pastures. We got 5 games in last week, so we hope to continue that. Sundays are definitely our day to play. Thursday this week I will be on as well. I wasn't last week, but I will be this week. So we'll get some more games in, get some more updates. Hopefully it might be a stretch, but maybe next week we'll be at some new schools and we can talk about it. So we'll definitely try. I think we can easily do 7 games. You're not making a bowl game, and then I'll just auto advance when I play.
If I went out, I can make a bowl game.
That's true. Good luck. Georgia and Texas. And yeah. So locks and long shots then. All-time numbers. I think we're going to update those. When are we updating those? End of the football season, right? We'll have a new all-time record. Okay. Locks last week. We're up to 29, 23, and 1. Another good week last week. Jets minus 6.5 versus the Pats. Sweat-free winner. Steelers minus 1.5. This was sweaty until Herbert went down. That was a W. Titans money line never even had a chance. Stupid pick. Don't even know why I did it. I did it out of spite. So 2-1 last week, but we'll take it. This week, I love the board. Just absolutely love the board. I got some great picks here. I have 5 locks this week. I think it's a personal record, and only one of them is a heart pick. So Bears minus 2.5 versus the Rams. This is a huge letdown spot for the Rams on the road in Chicago. They had a huge win last week over the 49ers. Nobody expected them to win that game, myself included. The Bears have looked horrible on offense lately, but you got to take the Bears by a field goal when the Rams' entire defense is hurt, and the Bears' defense still looks good. They can hold the Rams to 14. Caleb Williams only has to somehow score 17, maybe even 10 if his defense can just get a pick 6. So that's the first one. Then we got Jets minus 7.5 versus the Broncos. I'm not going to give the Broncos anything with that win over the Bucs. It's another letdown spot. The Broncos should not have won that game. They won that game on the road somehow. Jets look great. Jets look like playoff contender, or Super Bowl contenders for that matter. Jets by 14 probably in this game. Then the third, Bengals minus 4.5. This is the only one that's a little icky. They're playing the Panthers. The Panthers looked awesome last week with Andy Dalton. It was the Raiders who have a bad defense. The Bengals defense also looked horrible, but I believe that Jaden Daniels is far better than Gardner Minshew or whoever the Raiders choose to throw out there. So 4.5 here. I think they win by a touchdown, maybe more. I don't think the Bengals are bad. I don't think they could be bad with that offense. The offense looked fine. It was just the defense couldn't stop Jaden Daniels. So I think the defense figures it out and they get it done. And then I realized I have a lot of favorites, so I'm going to take a dog. Boom, Bucks plus 2.5. They had a bad week last week. The Eagles are a team that I think is going to be back and forth all season. Let's hope that with Devontae Smith out, as well as, well, I don't know if Devontae Smith's out yet, but I'm assuming, basically with this pick, I'm assuming A.J. Brown's going to be out and Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I mean, with how bad of a concussion that looked to be.
Yeah. Plus, the Bucs' run defense is decent. No, wrong. The Bucs' run defense is bad. However, their secondary is so banged up that teams try to throw. So if Jalen Hurts is trying to throw, he's going to get picked off. That guy is just not a good quarterback. So Bucs plus 2.5, sure. Why not? I think if anything, this is the one that loses. No, sorry. This is my second most likely to lose behind the Bears. I don't know why I picked the Bears. I hated it. It's gross, but you had to do it. And then I haven't done it all season, so I'm going to do it now. Lions minus 3.5 versus the Seahawks Monday night. Ford Field is going to be so electric Monday night in the black jerseys. They announced it. I feel bad for Geno Smith. He might die. They announced it today.
That today? Yeah.
Yep. I feel bad for Geno Smith. I think he might die in this game. That place is going to be so fucking loud. The Lions are banged up now. Laporta got hurt. Arnold's hurt. Brian Branch got knocked unconscious. We lost Davenport for the year likely. Frank Ragnow has a torn pec, just to name a few. But I still think we're just so deep as a team, and our offensive line outside of Ragnow is healthy. Now, a new center will be something that's hard to come over, but we could do it. Minus 3.5. Lions by 10, I predict. Not going to throw that out as a long shot, but I do like it. Now, the part I've been waiting to get to, long shots. Last week, horrible 0-2. I don't think I've hit a long shot in like a month, so don't even take my picks. Don't even think about taking them. They're disgusting this week as well. But still open. Scooble Cy Young plus 1,600 is going to cash. And the Tigers today win again. The Tigers now, in their last 10, 8-2. They've won their last 3. They beat the Rays. Scooble looked fantastic. 7 innings, 7 Ks, 2 hits. No, 1 hit. Hang on, let me pull up the box score. Scooble today. Box score. Here we go. Scooble. 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 7 Ks. Dude is just insane. He's so fucking good. We are in firm control of our destiny, which is the number one thing that I wanted. We are half a game up on the Royals and Twins. They both have a game to play today. But if we win out, the Twins can't cause a tiebreaker. So just win out. We got 3 more games. No. 3 more games with the Rays and then a 3-game set with the White Sox to finish the season. So my honest hope here is you win 2 of the next 3 with the Rays, and then we're that was me knocking on wood. We're going to sweep the White Sox. It's at home.
There's honestly not a better way to finish your season if you're trying to make a push for the playoffs than having to play the Rays and the White Sox this year.
The Rays today, they looked competent. What's his name? Pepio?
Ryan Pepio.
Is he having a good year or a bad year? I didn't even look into it, but he pitched very well.
He's been so-so. I mean,
he pitched very well
through
today.
Stretches.
He just had 1 blow-up inning where we got 2 runs. That's all we needed for the rest of the game because Scooble shut him down, and then Bo Brisky shut the door. We only used 2 pitchers, which is great. I love that. Called up Jackson Jobe. That's fucking exciting. He's going to be in the bullpen. Nope, he's going to be bullpen only, which is awesome. Picture that dude wild card coming in, shutting the door. Oh, my God, pumping into my veins. Yeah, very exciting times. I got to tell you guys about a little hack I did. As you know, Bally Sports is a bunch of money-grabbing whores, and I haven't had it all season because the Tigers weren't doing very good. When they got hot, I started watching illegal streams just to save money. I'm not paying $20 a month. However, with 6 games left in the season, I realized, hey, we got 6 games in 6 days. I'm going to do a free trial for 7 days and watch the games. And then when they make the playoffs, I'll have it because of YouTube TV. So started my 7-day free trial. It'll be canceled on Sunday. I'm very excited about that. I might start it up again when the Red Wings start because the Red Wings are going to be very exciting this year. I did buy it for the Red Wings last year. I'm more of a hockey guy than a baseball guy, but I watched the Tigers at work today, September 24th, the latest in the year I've ever actually watched a Tigers game, and they're in it. I fucking love it. I'm so excited. What have you thought about this push? Is it as impressive as it feels?
Yeah, I mean, being the hottest team for a team who wasn't expected to be quite ready yet. Like everyone
we sold
knew,
at the deadline. We sold at the deadline. And now we're sitting here maybe make the playoffs.
But I mean, for a team that preseason, everyone is like, okay, Tigers look like they might be all right. Definitely not this year. Maybe next year. Like, they have some prospects that are ready to go. For them to be the best team since the All-Star break and be doing it in the fashion that they're doing it without really any of these huge prospects coming up. Like Job just coming up, he's not going to make an impact at all. I guess you could say Colt Keith has done.
He's been okay.
Probably exactly what he's needed to.
Yep.
Trey Sweeney, I'm not really sure what he's done.
He defensively, he's good. I feel like Baez is the better fielder, but in terms of batting, he's batting 273. He gets the base knocks when you need him. That's good enough for me.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they're fun. I don't think they have the pieces to make any type of push. No. It is very much an AL Central team, though. Like, this is the definition of an AL Central playoff team. I think of, like, the Guardians and the Twins when they would make pushes back in a couple years ago, and even the Royals. Like, it would just be a band of a bunch of misfits that somehow come together.
I've got
your pitching staff outside of Skubal is who?
Yeah, so the pitching staff is Montero, who's been awesome. He's great.
Yeah.
And then it's Casey Mize, bullpen game, and I don't even know who our third starter would be or fourth.
But like even Montero, he was never a big name prospect.
No, he came out of nowhere and he's been great.
I was gonna say he came out of nowhere.
Yep.
Like that's.
I don't know what's
going
on down there,
and
I don't know what they're doing in Toledo, but our pitching has been so good these past couple of years. But how come the big prospects haven't worked out? Casey Mize, Matt Manning. What happened with them? We got all these no-names.
Matt Manning? Is he injured?
He came up and got sent down, and then he came up and I think he got injured. But yeah, I have an analogy and then we'll move on. How much does this team feel like the 2015 Royals? Where they just get hot and nobody expects them to do shit, and then all of a sudden they won it all. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I think there is obviously there's a chance if they make the playoffs, but I think it's like a 2% chance that they would win it all just because of the teams we'd be facing. And if you go back and look, we took 2 out of 4 from the Dodgers. We took 3 out of 4 from the Yankees. We can beat the big dogs, but can they do it? Now. Can they do it when the lights are the brightest? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But regardless, super fun to watch. Didn't expect it at all. They got any chance for the Central? I don't think so, right?
Plus 3,000 for the World Series. Better odds than the Braves.
Wow, that makes sense. The Braves are fucking limping into the playoffs. I will definitely be throwing $5 on that just so if it happened, I can be able to say, yeah, I had the Tigers. I knew it. Wish I would have done it preseason.
You can't even bet them to miss or make the playoffs anymore.
So that kind of pissed me off because last week on Monday I looked maybe it was 2 weeks ago, like Friday, late in the week, 2 weeks ago. They were plus 450 to make the playoffs while they're in the middle of this crazy push. I'm like, ooh, might as well throw a 15 spot on it, and I didn't.
If you want a way for them to make, if you want to bet that you can hit with them to make the playoffs, there's a division straight forecast under Team Futures on DraftKings. AL Central, Cleveland first, Detroit second, plus 115.
We only have half a game on the Royals, and they've got a game to play today, and they have the tiebreaker.
Yeah, but that's just to end the season. You just have to finish second in the division.
Yeah, and the Royals are kind of in a bad skid right now. Yeah, they're 2-8 in their last 10. They've lost 7 in a row.
Yeah, they've been
4 of those were the Tigers. Look at what we've done
for reference. Cleveland first, KC second is plus 200.
I feel like there's got to be a way to arbitrage that, no? And then you're only fucked if the Twins somehow went off.
Oh, there is the Twins on there too. You can bet Cleveland, Minnesota plus 250. But
anyways, we've spent too long on this topic. Just very exciting times. Can't wait to talk postseason baseball. We will have a preview, especially if my Tigers make it.
Games start next Tuesday.
Shit. Maybe we should have previewed. Well, we'll preview next week then for sure. We probably should have today. Yeah. But we're in the middle of a race. I mean, there's still a chance that the Mariners, who are red hot too, make it in. They're 7-3 in their last 10 as well. So we'll do it next week, though. We'll only miss one set of games before you guys hear it. So anyways, the other long shot, Terrion Arnold, I still like this. Over 2.5. Dude is playing great coverage. He just isn't getting the picks, which is fine. He only needs 3. As long as he gets 1 in the next 2 weeks, I'll feel confident. He is banged up, which sucks. But his coverage is great. He's getting less flags. The first drive the Cardinals had, he looked bad. And then after that, he tightened it up. He was real good. He only got 1 flag last game, so that's huge. Last week, long shots, we had Titans -3, garbage. Falcons' money line was in it the whole time. Not a bad pick at +150, but they couldn't hold on. The Chiefs got the refs on their side again with that Kyle Pitts 4th down. That's all I'm saying. This week, did you see? So it's obviously a huge joke that the refs are in the Chiefs' pockets, blah, 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 whatever. Derwin James, one of the best safeties in the league for the Chargers, just so happens to be suspended for a week from the NFL due to violating player conduct policies or something. So basically,
it was
making
something about
too hard of hits
to other players.
Yeah. So they suspend him for a week. Guess who the Chargers play next week? The Chiefs. Shocker that the NFL took the best safety out of the league. No, I'm just kidding, but it is kind of hilarious to look at. So I mentioned my long shots are going to be absolutely downright disgusting. So let's get gross. Monday night. Second Monday night game. It's the game nobody's going to watch. Titans, Dolphins. We're taking the alt under 30.5 at +199. When you look at this game, the Dolphins have the weapons, but they have a quarterback that can't hit them. I watched a little bit of that game on Sunday. Horrible. And then the Titans, Will Levis is arguably the worst quarterback in the NFL. So under 30.5, can't you see this being a 17-3 Monday night game? I can.
I mean, it depends on who starts for the Dolphins.
The only person that worries me is Huntley. Yeah, then I'm worried.
Yeah.
He could hit the weapons, and he can run. And the Titans' defense, though, is, like, decent. Malik Willis.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. But, yeah, the Titans' defense is decent. They were good until last week. Now they're just decent. But so under 30.5 there, just gross. Why not take an alt under, make it really disgusting? And then the other one, 6 to 7 point dogs this year have been unbelievable straight up. I don't know the stats on it, but I just know that they're winning at a ridiculous rate.
It's like so 17-3 against the spread or something like that.
That's just stupid. So, and then outright, I think they're above 500 outright. I know that, which is dumb.
Yeah,
that shouldn't happen.
Like that.
So this week I picked one. Jags money line over the Texans. Why not? It's just a good spot. It feels like one of those.
It's the perfect spot for about
the Jags are gonna somehow look good after last week looking absolutely garbage, and then the Texans, who looked horrible last week. CJ Stroud was put in a blender by the Vikings D coordinator. Plus 250 though for a long shot. Don't actually bet this. If you actually bet this, you're just gonna be pissed off and blame me. It's a stupid pick. So I spent plenty of time talking about my stuff. Your locks and long shots, sir.
So my locks, 47, 28, and 1. Still have the Packers to make the playoffs open at -155. I wonder what those odds are, because after everything has gone the way that it has over the last 2 weeks, I would assume that our odds have gotten extremely, extremely juiced.
I'll find it for you. I imagine grabbing it after the week after Jordan Love went down.
Right after week 1, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have it as -135. I'm kind of shocked by that. That is interesting. Anyways, last week we had the Packers +3 against the Titans. How much do you want me to go into this now?
Not at all. Let's try to save it, even though I know
Packers
I talked
won
about it, but
straight up. Yeah, Malik Willis is God. The Chargers +2 against the Steelers. They lost. Unfortunately, Justin Herbert got banged up again. Should have saw that coming, but it's whatever. This week, we're going Louisville +6 against Notre Dame. Notre Dame is just not that impressive. I still don't, outside of the Purdue game, they haven't really absolutely killed anyone. Granted, it's early in the season. Louisville still looks good. They're ranked. I think they're number 19. Notre Dame's 16. It is in Notre Dame, which scares me a little bit. But I do like Louisville here. Then I'm going to take the Packers money line, -135 against the Vikings. Jordan Love might be back, so that's why I'm taking that. Long shots, 21, 55, and 1. Last week we had the Chargers money line that lost. And then I had Tennessee minus 9.5 against Oklahoma. They ended up winning by 11.
That was sweaty.
No, 10. They won by 10.
10. That was sweaty.
I absolutely nuts on the line unloaded on that game, and it worked out very well.
It worked out. Yeah.
Great game. Great game. We'll talk about that later, too. This week, I'm taking BYU money line. BYU has been playing pretty good. And they have, who did they beat last week?
Kansas State.
This week they have, let me find it here. They have Baylor. In Baylor, Baylor's 2-2. Not that impressive. Baylor hasn't really been good since RG3 was there. And I mean, what?
They won a Big 12 championship like 2 years ago. They had that. It was a little bit of a fluke year, but they went 10-2.
Yeah, okay, but they haven't been consistently good.
They had that awesome goal line stop. I think they were playing Oklahoma State. They had that awesome goal line stop. Or did Oklahoma State stop them? Either way, they were in the Big 12 championship.
Yeah. But BYU 4-0, they've been playing some pretty good games. Yeah, looking at my spreadsheet, FPI has BYU as a 6.7, Baylor's at 3.2. The spreadsheet actually has this as BYU minus 14.8. When I get that big of spreads, I'm either really worried or really confident. Waco's a tough place to play, but I think I'm going to back BYU here and just take the money line plus 140. So, and then I talked about Louisville. I'm going to take their money line plus 190 at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's already shown us that they can slip up. Louisville hasn't yet. So same thing. Spreadsheet really likes Louisville for this game. So I'm going to take Louisville.
All right. The Tubbs pick tracker last week, pretty average week. Overall, now we're 154, 140, and 4, so we're still up. Last week we went 30, 33, and 1. Nothing really crazy on the picks. The only thing I'm pissed about is not taking Michigan spread. I thought about it. I ended up taking USC's. But the worst pick was Syracuse minus 9 versus Stanford. They lost outright. I should have known that McCord's a fraud. I've watched it. I watched it last year. And I thought, maybe he figured it out over there because Ryan Day's an idiot. No, it turns out he's kind of mid. So the best pick was Florida minus 6.5. This was probably my most confident pick. Read it like a book. Mississippi State just lost to Toledo the week before. They're at home. I figured Florida should have been a 13, 14-point favorite. Mississippi State's garbage. Florida won by 17. So easy win there. That's a good pick. The other one was Miami's spread. They were 17.5 and they won by a lot. Yeah, they won by a lot. So with that being said, let's go into college football. Let's start. What? Sorry. Yeah. How'd your spreadsheet do? Sorry. I always forget.
No, you're good. 48 and 45 last week. Not great. I did go 26 and 19 on spread picks, which is pretty good. The totals were what got me this week. Best picks, I had South Alabama plus 8.5. They won 48-14. Also had JMU plus 11.
I got to take back my worst pick. I had App State in that game. That's definitely the worst pick. I forgot about that one.
My other best pick was JMU plus 11, which coincides with my worst pick was JMU North Carolina under 48.5.
Ooh, that is the worst.
Yeah. 120 points combined. James Madison won 70-50.
Yeah.
And then my other worst one was Memphis at Navy under 46.5. Finished 44-56.
Hang on, I want to see what I had for that game. Was that an afternoon game? No.
Yeah.
Memphis at Navy?
Yeah.
Why isn't it on my spreadsheet? Oh, there it is. I had Memphis minus 9.
Also bad beat. Yep.
Yeah. Bad beat, not a bad pick.
Beat.
You're right. Yeah, absolutely. All right. College football then. I want to start with Tennessee just because it was a fun game. I'll give out my points, and then I want to see what you think.
Do you want
Tennessee
flip the?
Oh yeah. Here, I want to show the crowd what I'm rocking this week. Got to support the boys, little Tennessee hat.
Third team, second team.
Definitely not second team. I just love this hat. I don't know where I got it either. I just saw it and I was like, "That's perfect."
I remember you getting it in college.
Huh?
I think you got it in college.
Yeah, but I can't remember where. Like, did I just randomly buy a Tennessee hat?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I do. Like, I've always loved their field, their colors. And I saw it sitting on my nightstand, and I was like, oh, that matches the Tigers jersey. So,
question for you: burnt orange or Tennessee orange?
Tennessee orange.
Good.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, Tennessee, big win on the road at Oklahoma. Tough place to play. Now, I didn't watch this game much. I was sweating out Miami. I was pretty confident in Tennessee. But did Oklahoma's starting quarterback get hurt during that game?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the injury was. We were at a bar outside, and it was kind of funny because we got there, we sat down at a table, and I got up to go get us drinks, and that was when we threw a pick or fumbled like on our own like 10, 15-yard line or something like that. And I was like, shit. Got our drinks, came back to the table, and we had the ball again at the same spot. And I was like, what the hell happened? And come to find out, it was back-to-back fumbles that we got the ball back. And then later in the game, we threw a pick. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I came back, or actually, I went to the bathroom, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull up the stream so I don't miss anything. As I pulled up the stream, we have the ball again. I was like, what the fuck happened? Here's back-to-back picks. And so it was just like every time I walked away, something happened. But I think it was on a QB sneak or something that he just got hit and went out of the game, and then he just never came back in.
Yeah, so wow, I think I had this one up for like the game cast or something, but Tennessee's defense is definitely good. Definitely
James
for real.
Pierce Jr.
One of the best in the country. Nico did enough to win the game, but he didn't. His stats like don't wow you. 13 for 21, 194 and a touchdown. I think he had like 15 rushing yards on 8 carries. So nothing crazy. However, Oklahoma, Brent Venables is a defensive coach, so you know Oklahoma's going to have a good defense. So to go on the road and win a game is always good. But you know, the great quarterbacks like go in there and they put up 300 some yards. But who am I to talk? My quarterback can't put up 50. So
I mean, I think a big part of it is just Nico being young. I think if this was like third year Nico or something like that, where he had more experience under his belt, we probably would have put up more. But just, you could see he definitely wasn't comfortable the entire time, which understandable, good defense, which surprising because Oklahoma known for not having a defense. The Big 12 has kind of turned around this year. Big 12 is known for having defense now.
Oklahoma's in the SEC.
Yes.
So now that's why they have a defense, because it's the SEC.
Yep.
But yes, I do agree. The Big 12 defense has been good this year.
Yeah. No, I think Nico, I think over time he's going to be really good just because his legs and his ability to run and extend the play adds so much, and it's so good. Like, I texted you guys early, and I was like, Nico's got these guys on skates. He literally was busting dudes' ankles 2 plays into the game, and like he didn't have to run a lot, but when he did, he was pretty fucking good. So
you're just wrong with that though. He had that 8-yard run early where he broke the ankles, and then he got 7 yards the rest of the game. No, I take that back. Actually, I could be wrong because I forgot in college football you lose yards.
I was going to say
no,
fault. He definitely did.
I should listen to the guy that watched the game. Yeah. My only other point was that Oklahoma's backup looked really good. He looked those 2 drives. It wasn't garbage time yet. That one to make it 22-9, very impressive. It's marched right down the field. I think that might have been his first drive, maybe. I don't know, but
and I mean Jackson Arnold's
Hawkins
not a bad
Jr.
quarterback. Jackson Arnold isn't a bad quarterback, so we'll see what happens there. But
they announced that Hawkins is starting this week against Auburn.
And it could just be because
he could be injured. I don't know. I didn't look into it. But yeah, Hawkins made you sweat a little bit. Your 9.5 was in trouble. They missed the 2-point conversion at the end of the game there.
My biggest number was 7. 6.5. I needed 7 points bad. So
yeah. Anything else from you on that game? Of course, there's the sirens. Tennessee's schedule still got Bama and Georgia, but this was definitely a Tennessee's for real game. But Bama and Georgia, man, that's just tough having both those guys in the same year.
Is it back-to-back weeks? I don't remember.
No. You've got
I don't think so.
It's obviously it's Arkansas, Florida, then you got Bama, Then you got bye week. Then you got Kentucky. Or no. Oh, you got 2 in between. So you got bye week, Kentucky, Mississippi State, then Georgia. So plenty of time.
Nice.
Plenty
That's
of time
good.
to recover from Bama. Michigan. Wow. How did they do that one? I don't know how the hell they won that game. Like I said, I had USC in a parlay. I also had them on my spreadsheet, but very happy with the win. Alex Orji can't throw the ball as well, but he did have some big runs. Let me pull up the stat sheet. Let's see. Did he have more yards than Nico? I think he did.
Rushing?
He did.
Or passing?
Yeah. Oh, rushing.
Oh,
I mean, come on. Dude, he finished with
Yeah.
he had 32 passing yards. We know that
Yeah.
that one is incorrect. Did you watch any of this game? Orji had 43 yards.
I watched I think it was the first quarter, and then I watched the fourth quarter.
Yep. So Michigan early defense looked dominant. The run game was dominant. They went up 14-3. It was 14-3 at half. And I'm texting my dad. I'm like, holy shit, like we can win this game. And then of course I start believing, and then all of a sudden the offense goes to shit. They didn't have a first down in the second half until 8 minutes left in the fourth. They were down 24-20 with 2.5 minutes left. They got the ball, 4 minutes left. They got the ball. And I'm like, how the fuck are we going to drive down the field when Alex Orji, he finished the game with 32 passing yards on 12 attempts. So just dump offs, honestly. He took a couple big shots, but overthrew him every single time. But yeah, Khalil Mullings just busted out of nowhere, a 60-yard run, put us within the 20, and then it's like, holy shit, go win this game. Yeah, Michigan just ground and pound won the game. Field position battle, they won the shit out of field position in the first half. Second half, they got bad because of the 3-and-outs. But 290 rushing yards, very impressive. But I think Donovan Edwards should lose the starting job. Khalil Mullings is a fucking beast.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So I think last week you said that if Michigan won this game, you were back in fully.
Yeah.
So are we like playoff natty back in, or?
No, because of the schedule. And because of the
then I have a
quarterback situation. I think I meant more back in the sense of I'm going to watch the games and still like give it my full effort. But I think if they lost that game, I would have maybe been skipping some games to watch others.
Okay, so then I have a deal for you.
Okay.
Wisconsin has USC this week.
Mm-hmm.
In USC. Who does Michigan have this week?
Minnesota at home.
Okay, so Michigan's going to win this week.
I hope so.
If Wisconsin wins, we both have to fully commit to our teams making a playoff this year. I have it much worse.
You definitely do. I don't know why you would think that after that game against Bama. Especially because
but now we have a new quarterback, so
I'll commit to that.
Part of me just wants to be like, you know what? Fuck it. All in on Wisconsin. We're gonna fucking win. Braden Locke or Mabry Mature is the guy, one of them.
Yeah.
And fuck Tyler Van Dyke. He'll be back for his 6th year next year. We're fine.
Yep. I'm definitely all the way in on Michigan, where I'm going to watch every single game. But if you want me to be fully committed to like watching that game and giving my full emotion and like getting pissed when we have a bad play, even if we drop a game, then yeah, I'll do that only if Wisconsin beats USC, especially on the road. Miller Moss is a dog, by the way. He is really good.
No, he's good.
And they've got some receivers.
I think we kind of knew that last year when he came in for that little bit.
Yep. The bowl game. He looked awesome.
Was it the bowl game? Yeah.
Yeah. He we shut him down the first half, and then who's our quarterback? Is it Will Johnson? Yeah. Will Johnson got hurt. We don't know how long he's out for. He was getting x-rays, and that's when Miller Moss started really cooking.
I'm very worried for Wisconsin this week. Hey, we won the bye week.
Do you know the spread or no?
I am actually
no.
now.
I wanted you to guess it. Don't pull it up. I got it.
I think it's like 13.5.
USC minus 15.5.
Okay.
I think Wisconsin can
Might take
cover.
Wisconsin. Yep.
I know they can cover, but win? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's it for like really notable games. Utah did beat Oklahoma State in the Battle of Senior Citizens. We talked about it last week. The combined age was like 50 something. It was like 27 and 26, I want to say. Just outrageous. The game looked boring. I didn't watch any of it. The only other college football news is Kansas State losing to BYU, and they looked horrible. BYU looked great. Two big things from this game. One, did you see the punt return by BYU? I got three things,
where he
actually.
dropped it and then like
dropped
back
it,
around.
returned it. Yeah. Did you also see on the sidelines?
Type.
Yeah, on the sidelines after he was puking. So I don't know if that was adrenaline from this awesome fucking play or if he just hasn't ran that much. I mean, he ran backwards to get the ball all the way to the other side of the field and then up the whole field. Yeah. I think it was like actual running yards. I think they said it was 160. Like that's insane. And full speed. So the second thing is BYU's crowd gets so quiet when they're on offense. I think it's the most silent crowd I've ever heard. Now, two things. I think that's more because Kansas State fans didn't travel to the game much. Because who wants to go to Utah? It's a boring-ass town. Or state, sorry. And then two, they're all Mormons, so they're used to being quiet when they're at church. Did you know their quarterback's Jewish? Really odd thing, right?
Swear
to God, there was a guy.
Strange.
There was a guy with a shirt that said BY Jew. Took a picture with the quarterback after the game.
Yeah, yep. I did hear about that.
So he's Jewish. Funny.
How does
and then the other big news from this game is comes from Twitter, from at St. Bill Snyder, Kansas State fan. He tweeted before the game, "If K-State loses to BYU, I'll shove a beefy 5-layer burrito up my ass." Kansas State did in fact lose. He tweeted out I've been watching the saga very closely. He did tweet out a video of a Taco Bell bag. He pulls out the burrito, puts it in the freezer, and then later on that night he tweeted Saturday 9/28. I pay the bet 9:30 p.m. I've got two notes on this. One, if he actually posts a video of him doing this, because his account is like
I already can see how he's going to do this.
Okay.
He's going to make it like a pay-per-view type of thing where people are going to have to pay him to see it.
That's the smart thing to do is make an OnlyFans and say, I'm going to post it on my OnlyFans. Yeah. You make a bunch of money. What was my thing? Where was I going with this? Oh, if he actually tweets a video of him putting a frozen beefy 5-layer up his ass, he's a psychopath. I don't know if he thinks he's anonymous because he hasn't ever tweeted his face and he put a Taco Bell bag over his face for the video. But you're never truly anonymous. Somebody's going to find you and ruin your life, especially shoving a burrito up your butt. The second thing was, I don't remember. Oh, he's got an easy way to get out of it. If you truly tweet a video of you shoving it up your ass, have a soft, soft, not frozen 5-layer, and then keep all your clothes on, your pants, everything, and just shove it into your butt, and then, shoved it up my ass.
Yeah.
Done. If you want to get crazy, actually like put the soft in and then it'll just disintegrate and you did it. So I can't decide if I'm going to watch it or not. I feel like if I watch it, that's kind of sus. I kind of just hope to find the highlights on Twitter.
I mean, you did watch Drake.
Yeah, Drake ruined me. I didn't actively seek that one out though. So it wasn't really that sus. Like it just popped up and I was like, whoa, that's Drake. This one though, I've been like going to his Twitter daily. So I think on Saturday I will not be going to his Twitter. But yeah, I think he makes it a pay thing. Like you said, that's a good read.
I think we should, obviously not to the extent of shoving something up our ass, but I think we should start doing this. It seems like it's a trend where people are like, if my team loses, I'm going to do this. I think we should start doing something like that.
I'm still waiting for Ohio State to lose to somebody for Tate's tweets there that we talked about way earlier. If Michigan loses to Minnesota, these are dangerous, man, because I feel like they could at any point. Is it safe to ingest like candle wax? Like the liquid, if I just took like a sip, is that safe?
You should have to.
If Michigan loses,
kill a gopher and eat it.
Nope, not doing that.
Bro,
Do you know how hard it would be for me to kill a gopher? I'm not even worried about eating it. How am I going to kill a gopher?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Are there even gophers in Michigan? We have chipmunks.
Yeah. Yes.
Is a chipmunk a gopher?
No, I mean they're similar, but
close enough. No, I think I do want to throw something out there because this is fun and it would be a great TikTok if I had to do it, but we got to keep it clean. I'm not shoving anything in me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If Wisconsin loses,
I got
to
it.
USC,
No, you can't do anything.
I'll go to USC sometimes in the next 5 years and visit the campus.
Good one. I'm going to hold you to that one. If Michigan loses to Minnesota, I will take my face shaver and do a little zhip in my eyebrow.
And put a little line.
Little slit, yeah, like the rappers do. Yep.
Fair.
All right, deal. You're going to USC, and I'm shaving my eyebrow quick. All right, we got it. Book it. All right, then NFL.
Yeah.
Man, we always start to fly, and then we get caught up in somebody shoving something in them or eating some poop or something, and then all of a sudden we get behind. Let's try to fly through the known. The 1 o'clock slate, by the way, was all time horrible, terrible slate. Obviously, for you, it was good. Your team won. But for a bystander, non-biased, just watching the games, horrible, boring. I worked during the 1 o'clock slate. I had some stuff to get caught up on, so that could have been part of it. But Thursday night, Jets handled the Patriots. Nothing to say there, right? Except for Braylon Allen might be good.
Mm-hmm.
What are the Jets going to do? Because they have Braylon Allen and Breece Hall. They need to just do what the Lions do with Gibby and Montgomery, or Gibby and Montgomery. Those two seem very happy. They both get numbers. The cowbell back does not work anymore. Bell cow, Jesus, doesn't work anymore. People get injured. You need somebody like Braylon Allen to come in and let Breece Hall rest, and then boom, Braylon Allen gets you down the field. Now Breece Hall can come in and punch it in. That's what we do with Montgomery. It works.
I will say, fun fact: Aaron Rodgers finally threw his first career touchdown pass to a first-round draft pick wide receiver in his career, first time ever.
That was his first to Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, he didn't play last year.
No, I know, but didn't he throw one to Garrett Wilson this year already? Or no, that was his first this year, huh?
No, that was his first one.
How likely do you think it is that Adams goes to the Jets?
I mean, I said it last week. He's washed, so if he does, he does. But
okay. Let's start with your team then, Packers. Take down the Titans on the road. My only thing for this game is, wow, Malik Willis can really run the ball. He also made some great throws. I can't shit on him as a thrower anymore.
Yeah. Honestly, I was not expecting that from Malik Willis. I know I saw some Twitter clips that were pretty good where we ran the ball so much last week, and then first play this week we ran a play action to Jaden Reed wide open, and the defense just completely caved into it because they thought we were just going to run the ball 24/7. But yeah, Malik Willis made some dime throws. He looked really good on his feet this week. He didn't do a ton last week on his feet, but I'm a little bit concerned.
It's not fair. Let me hop in here. It's not fucking fair, dude. You go from Aaron Rodgers, who is the third greatest quarterback of all time. And then you get Jordan Love, who was great last year. What's that face? You don't agree?
I'm just
Obviously, you don't agree.
Out who's
no, you know what? I might go fourth. No, I'll say third.
Just tell me who's above, and I'll
strictly talent wise. I'm going. No, not even really talent wise. Okay, I'm just gonna say it, and I mean top four. I feel like everybody's got the same top four, maybe. My 1 is Brady, my 2 is Manning, my 3 is Rodgers, my 4 is Mahomes. Obviously, that is going to change, but see, Mahomes already has 2 Super Bowls though. Rodgers only has 1.
I'm kind of shocked that you left out like Elway, Marino.
They're not better than those 4 though. Those 4. Also, it's a little bit of my bias because those are the people I've seen. Obviously, I think everybody's got Tom at 1. I feel like Rodgers could still be 2, but I thought Peyton was better. But Mahomes is really fucking good. I want to see Mahomes I wanted to see him without receivers, and then I got him another receiver in Rashee Rice. So, but he's throwing fucking darts to Juju. Like, Juju scored a touchdown. So what are we talking about? Anyways, back to your team. It's just unfucking fair that what's the fucking quarterback water they got him drinking up there in Lambeau? Because fucking Malik Willis is ripping off darts and running the ball like no other.
I think
you guys should be you're supposed to be 1-2 right now. It's bullshit.
I think it's funny how the roller coaster of emotions has gone for me this year. It was like preseason, I was like, hell yeah, I'm so excited. Jordan Love got paid. We're going to win the fucking Super Bowl. Post week 1, it was like, fuck, I knew Malik Willis was quarterback of the future, but I'm not ready for it. Week 3 was like, oh, okay, I said Malik Willis was going to be quarterback of the future. I didn't really believe that. Now he looked kind of good, didn't really have to do anything. Now after this week, it's like, shit, like, we're okay if anybody gets injured. Like, Malik Willis is actually decent. So
it's fucking annoying. But
I will say I'm a little bit concerned about Josh Jacobs.
Is he hurt or he just didn't play well?
He just hasn't done anything yet. He was 14 for 43 and no touchdowns.
He hasn't done anything yet? Do you want to look at his stat line for 2 weeks ago? 32 carries for 150 yards?
Okay, yes, but if he doesn't get 32 carries, he probably doesn't get... Like, if he had a normal week of 15
That's 5
carries,
yards a carry. That's really good.
I guess. I don't know. He's just like...
However, this week...
Emmanuel Wilson outperformed him this week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Like, we paid this guy a shit ton of money, so I don't know. Maybe it's a one-off, but... The defense looks really fucking good.
I hope Jordan Love doesn't play this week because I want to see Malik Willis play like a team. I think the Colts defense is bad, and obviously I think the Titans are bad, but I thought their defense was good. But I think the Vikings defense is going to finish top 5 in the league, I think. So I really, really want to see Malik Willis this week.
I'm concerned about this game regardless.
Hand to God, if Malik Willis plays, beats the Vikings, and looks good, I'll let it go. I'll just admit it's fucking bullshit. You guys just always fix these quarterbacks. Maybe Matt LaFleur is the best quarterback coach of all time.
Yeah, probably. But last big note that I had about this, Xavier McKinney. 3 games, 3 picks.
You know, the 3 games, 3 picks, 2 or 1 is fraudulent from that last game. Will Levis just threw an absolute duck. He didn't really even make a play. It was underthrown. Still impressive to catch the ball. I'm not shitting on the pick. Just I was going to give my props to Jair Alexander.
I get it.
Jair Alexander, when he jumped that route for that pick 6, just a beautiful cornerback play. Just to read the quarterback's eyes. Will Levis didn't really do shit to throw him off. Will Levis didn't do anything to throw him off. He stared down the receiver the whole time and then still threw the ball, and Jair just said thanks. But I love those when the cornerback jumps the route.
Rough take from me saying that the Titans were my surprise team of the year.
Definitely. I think a lot of people thought Will Levis could be good, but he's not. And I get why his girlfriend left him last year. So gonna fly through a couple here. A lot of stinkers. Giants at the Browns. Stinker. Horrible game.
No,
Trash.
I was thinking about this last night.
You always do this when I try to fly through the shit games and you're like, oh, no, this game was good.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was more of a funny thing. I was going to say, I don't really have like a boomer voice, but like, imagine Sean Diddy Watson was combsing through the defense for the first drive. And then I lost it. I had something going good last night when I was thinking about it.
I see the vision. You didn't execute it. You carved your way through the defense and then you tripped at the 20 like Daniel Jones. That's what you did.
Yep.
You had a wide open touchdown. Sure.
It was something about
write those
connecting to Sean and P. Diddy. So
it was good. Malik Neighbors, very good. Very good wide receiver. Awesome catch in the back of the end zone. Yeah. Bears and Colts, another stinker. Both quarterbacks just tried to lose the game for their team, just throwing ridiculous picks. And
Caleb played better, I will say.
He threw 52 times and had 2 picks, and 50 of those yards are fraudulent for the Hail Mary. So, Anthony Richardson, though, not good. Not good.
Nope.
Texans Vikings, probably the shocker of the week, honestly. The Vikings, I hate that they're good too. Like their defense is awesome. I'm just waiting for the Sam Darnold game, but I don't know if we're going to get it. It's insane this year what these backup quarterbacks are fucking doing. I don't know the name of their defensive coordinator, but he's doing something special. When you watch that game, CJ Stroud was in a blender. I couldn't believe it.
Let me look because I know the name off the top of my head.
I feel like it's a head coach that got fired, and this was his prove it. Justin Jefferson, very good.
Brian Flores.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah,
here's the thing
he's
too.
Actually, a really good fucking defensive coordinator.
Like Darnold he's got one of the best receivers in the NFL. Some would argue the best. So that's great. That helps. But after that, like he's got a washed Aaron Jones. He's got Jalen Naylor, who's young. Like imagine when he gets back Jordan Addison, like and Hawkinson.
I was about to say we're forgetting about TJ Hawkinson yet too.
They're gonna be good, and it's fucking annoying. This was supposed to be the Lions' year to easily win the North, and now we're gonna have to fucking fight for it. But
I will say
the
Texans weren't able to run the ball without Mixon, so that
right. I think
did not help at all.
It could have been a different game, but yeah, that's all I got for that one. Justin Jefferson
did not see the Vikings being undefeated.
No, and they have they got the Packers this week. That'll be a game to watch. Vikings Packers. That'd be a good game. Eagles Saints. This game was defensive battle, and then Saquon Barkley said, "Hold my nuts. Here you go. 65-yard touchdown, longest rushing touchdown of the year." Derek Carr back to ass or had a bad game?
I think I don't know, dude. I wanted to say it was the defense, but the Eagles' defense is notoriously not that good.
I watched the majority of this game, and I will say their defense looked really good. Jalen Carter.
I mean, they get good pressure, but their secondary has just been abysmal.
The Saints also, I think it's the Eagles are getting the C.J. Gardner-Johnson effect that we got at the beginning of last year, where he pisses off the other offense so much they get bad penalties and it kills their drives. I want to say the Saints had 3 offensive penalties on 3 separate drives that just killed their drive. 2 personal fouls, and I want to say like a holding or something. But yeah, Jalen Hurts does not look confident, and he lost another offensive lineman, so not good for my fantasy team. He needs A.J. Brown back. I need A.J. Brown back. Yeah, it's fucking bad. Chargers, Steelers. Steelers defense, very good. Very good defense. Justin Fields, is he okay? Did the Bears fail him?
I hate that they're fucking 3-0, dude. This is another team I did not see being 3-0.
Do you remember? I think it was our junior year of college. No, because we were living at locale. Senior year of college, Steelers are undefeated, and it was like the most fraudulent undefeated of all time. And you and I don't know if it was you and I, but me especially, we had a buddy who was a Steelers fan. I'm like, they're so fraudulent. They're so fucking fraudulent. And then the one night they lost to the 2-14 Bengals to lose their undefeated streak. And then from there, the wheels fell off. That was the downfall of the Steelers. Juju was trash. Ben Roethlisberger became old, and then they lost first round. So that was sweet. This team feels a lot like that, where they're undefeated, and it's because of their defense. And it's like, how the fuck is this happening? And Justin Fields looks good. Najee Harris looks good. It's crazy.
I'm not buying it at all.
I'm not either.
They haven't played anybody. I mean, they played the Falcons. That's a decent
Falcons
win.
is a good win. But yeah, the
Broncos was a disgusting game. Chargers with a banged up Herbert who left the game midway through.
Game.
Then you get
controlling
the
game
Colts
pretty much.
Week.
Colts are ass. But then you got the Cowboys. That's a get-right game for the Cowboys, too. They're going to need it. The Cowboys are bad. Look at this schedule.
Gross,
wow.
Dude.
So they've got the Colts. Let's run through the schedule really fast. Colts, I'm going to say 4-0. They're going to lose the Cowboys 4-1. They're going to beat the Raiders 5-1. Lose to the Jets. Beat the Giants. Ooh, Commanders. What do you think there? At the Commanders.
They'll lose.
So I think we're 6-3. I might have counted wrong. They lose to the Ravens. They beat the Browns. Lose to the Bengals. Beat the Browns. I mean, this schedule's easy. Ooh, the end of their schedule, though. Listen to this. At the Eagles, at the Ravens, at home versus the Chiefs, at home versus the Bengals. I think they'll miss the playoffs. Yeah, it's a tough schedule. But yeah, just a gross defensive game, which some people love. I can't love it. TJ Watt, though, great. He's so good. And he's a dad. He's a soon-to-be dad. Broncos Bucks, another gross game. How did the Broncos win this game? Bo Nix had 216 yards passing and no touchdown. He ran one in, though, didn't he? Yeah, he ran one in. Their defense won it for him, really. I mean, Baker had a bad game. 163 and a pick.
Yeah,
Bucky
we
Irving?
hyped up Baker too soon. Yeah, Bucky Irving.
Bucky Irving, good?
Bucky Irving.
Yep. Take over the job. Let's fly a little bit here. No, we're not going to fly, actually. Into the 4 o'clock slate. Lions 20, Cardinals 13. Awesome game. I'm actually going to be quick because I'm not going to go too deep into it. I already talked about the injuries earlier. We got so banged up during this game. I felt like every other play somebody was down, injured, and there was big guys. Like I said, Laporta. Frank Ragnow has a torn pec out of nowhere, but they said he might fucking play this week. I don't get that. Davenport, Anzalone has a concussion. Terrion Arnold. Brian Branch got knocked the fuck out. Should have been a penalty on Trey McBride. He lowered his head. Yeah, this game was a sweat, man. I mean, first half, we seemed pretty dominant. The run game was there. The defense looked great. After the first drive, Marvin Harrison Jr. looked awesome on the first drive. But then we tightened it up, man. We made Kyler Murray look like shit. I think they had 3 straight 3-and-outs. After their first drive, they had 3 straight drives where they lost yards and punted.
Looks like my Kentucky team.
And then second half, it was just defense. The Lions didn't score again. They moved the ball okay. They had a couple 3-and-outs. But Jack Fox, man, 4 out of 5 punts were inside the 20. One of them was 68 yards. So good. We won the field position battle. That's it. And that place was loud, too. I think it was a home game for the Lions. But big win.
I mean, Snowbirds
what was our
getting
rushing
ready.
yards? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That might be there early. Let's see the stats. Amon-Ra, good game. Best play of the season so far in terms of quirkiness and coolness was the hook and ladder. So fucking cool.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking awesome.
Just the nuts to do that. J-Mo had an off game. It's okay. I think he needed that. Come down to earth a little bit. Like I said, the shit talk. Oh, did you? The shit talk was getting out of hand a little bit. But just your typical Lions game, man. 187 yards rushing. The defense, though, is so exciting, dude. The defense looks so good. I'm scared for the defense to look so good, especially with all the injuries we suffered. But Anzalone didn't even play, and he'll be back this week. So, huge Lions win. Love it. And then the other 4 o'clock games, everything was ass except for 2. Panthers over the Raiders. Andy Dalton, Red Rocket, good. This proves that Bryce Young is just ass because Andy Dalton went in there, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. It is a Raiders defense that's bad. This next game is a prove-it game for Andy Dalton. Can he still do it? I'm shocked.
Great call on my part.
Yeah, absolutely great call on your part. I'm shocked that the Panthers didn't give him a shot more last year. Was he on the team?
Like why they didn't just start him and let Bryce learn behind him?
Dude, he's 25th all time in touchdowns. You know he's not going to go out there and lose you the game. Like, why not? And he looked fucking great. Deontay Johnson also.
Yeah, that's the thing. They could have literally just sat Bryce from the minute they drafted him, done what the Patriots are doing with Drake May now. Even if it's only 6, 8 games, whatever, it's better than throwing your first round, first overall quarterback into a dumpster fire of a team and just saying, hey, do what you can.
Yeah.
That it's a shit show of an organization. So
we got trouble in Vegas as well. Antonio Pierce after the game said, some guys out there made business decisions, so we're going to make business decisions as well. So how fast is Devontae Adams traded? Over under the next 3 weeks?
Over.
You don't think he does?
No, I think they're making a quarterback change.
I think,
but also I don't know what that.
I think
that
the guy
statement was.
Devontae, if you watched, there were some highlights I saw. He wasn't really running routes like fully because he is frustrated. Which I get it, man. You went from having one of the best quarterbacks of all time, like we talked about earlier. You requested a trade to go play with your buddy, who is ass, and be closer to your family. And now you're closer to your family, but you went to a dysfunctional organization in a city where, you're kind of a destination for other teams to come in, so you never truly have home field. And now you're ass, and you're surprised. Like the Raiders have been historically dysfunctional. I'm shocked that he didn't see Derek Carr getting traded away very quickly.
Yeah, he went.
How do Packers fans feel about that?
When I mean,
do Packers as a whole, how do you feel personally? Do you feel bad for him, or are you like, this is what you get?
No, this is what he gets 100%. We were willing to pay him. We were about ready to pay him, and he turned us down and was like, no, I want to get traded. Dude, you could have been the number one receiver on a rebuilding team. Not even rebuilding. A young team with Jordan Love. Hindsight 2020, that would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah. And it's like, it sucks now because like you said, like Devontae, is he washed? Well, no, you think he's washed, but I'm like, is he washed, or is he just really just doesn't have a good quarterback? Because like he'll make a play every now and again where it's like, wow, the quarterback actually got it to him, and it's like an awesome route, awesome catch. But his quarterback sucks.
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, age, he's definitely up there in age, and he doesn't have a good quarterback. He's frustrated, so he's not putting in the effort. I mean, he has his bursts every once in a while, but
yeah,
he's not the same, like, you have to double him every play.
Right. Packers fans on Twitter, I saw even split of feel bad for him, and this is what he gets. He requested a trade. Fuck him. So the other game, Seahawks handled the Dolphins. The Dolphins don't have a quarterback. They feels bad, but they have two great receivers that can't do anything because they don't have a quarterback now because Tua can't stay healthy.
Yep.
They should go trade for Bryce Young, in my opinion. The great game, Ravens-Cowboys. Ravens were blowing them out. Derrick Henry looks like Tractorcito again. 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, had an awesome stiff arm. Lamar running the ball again. They finally got a win. They needed this win, too. 0-3 is a bad look. The Cowboys, it's closer than it looks because they got an onside kick and scored. Yeah, I think the Cowboys are bad. I think they're bad. Micah Parsons doesn't want to be there.
Fun fact, Malik Neighbors has more pass attempts inside of the 10-yard line this year than Dak does.
That's awesome. Doesn't make sense
but
either
also,
because are they just trying to hand it off too much inside the 10?
Probably. I also think they're scoring more big shot plays than they do anything. I'm a little bit worried about the Ravens defense. It seems like all these games, come the end of the game, they just all of a sudden become a siphon.
Yeah, that's back-to-back. The Chiefs wasn't. The Chiefs was back and forth, maybe a little hype because it's first game of the year, but Raiders and Cowboys both scored a fuckload of points in the fourth, so that's a good point.
Yeah,
the Raiders put up 13 in the fourth to come back and win, so maybe they mail it in when they got a little lead that late. I don't know. 49ers, Rams. Rams win somehow. 27-24, last-second field goal.
Fell apart.
Niners, I get it. They're banged up. They've got the superstars. But Brock Purdy without superstar receivers, I can't really say it. He had an okay game. 292 yards, 3 touchdowns. But he can't win without
Die on that hill.
He can't win without the studs, man. I mean, he needs McCaffrey. He needs fucking George Kittle. He needs Debo. Also, Ayuk. If you watch this game, Ayuk looks like a guy that hasn't practiced in a month. Oh, wow. Who would have thought sitting out all of training camp, you're going to be rusty out there? He looks bad. He ran a couple bad routes. He just looks bad. Jawan Jennings, though. Holy fuck. 175 yards. 3 touchdowns.
I think CMC might be out longer than we think.
He's seeing a specialist in Germany. This is a big deal. He is fucked. Yeah. I feel bad for McCaffrey owners. Should have done the research and not taken him 1 overall. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't have if I did a redraft league.
You never take the projected 1-1 at 1-1.
If I ever told you about when I had 1-1, the only time in my ever life doing a redraft, I had 1-1. I took Le'Veon Bell. He sat out the whole year for a contract dispute after coming off MVP season. So there was
wasn't he Madden cover?
Yeah, he had He was Madden cover. He was Madden mobile cover. He was everything. Fucking sat out. I think I made the playoffs that year too. Let's fly through these quick. I mentioned it earlier. Chiefs beat the Falcons. Kind of
Rashee Rice, really good.
Rashee Rice, awesome. Carson Steele.
Wash.
Carson Steele, I'm sick of hearing about his fucking crocodile. I don't care. Shut the fuck up, Chris Collinsworth. I don't give a shit about his crocodile.
Collinsworth also just, we talk about glazing.
Dude, oh my God. If he could suck Mahomes live on air, he would. Yeah, it is
crazy, dude.
I love Chris Collinsworth, except for Lions games, he gets on my nerves, and then Chiefs games. I can't do it. He just sucks Mahomes the whole time. Also, Lamar Jackson a little bit.
Yeah.
He was struggling. They did that Thursday night game, right? He was struggling in Ravens Chiefs because he wanted to suck both sides, but he couldn't do it. He didn't have enough hands and mouths, So, by the way, the crocodile thing. Have you heard, where is the crocodile? I keep hearing them say he can't get it to the States. And am I hearing that it's back home in India?
No, he's an Aussie, I thought.
Oh, hang on. Google. I'm going to read about it. Carson Steele.
Okay, well, while you do that, Bills, Jags. Bills fucking put the dick hammer on the Jags, 47-10. Jags look like they might be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. Mac Jones got some playing time, which says a lot. Khalil Shakir looked really good, actually. He was one of the leading receivers. And Kincaid finally got involved. So that was all about that one. Bengals, Commanders, do you want me to wait? Do you have...
No, I got the Monday night games. I don't really have anything. They were fun. The Commanders Bengals was fun, but Jaden Daniels. Certified good.
Yep, has arrived. Bengals defense might be really bad.
I think they're historically bad. I can't find. I'll look into it another time. But I thought they said India, and I'm like, this guy's white. Why would it be in India? But maybe it was some province in Australia. I don't know, but. We should probably hit Paige's picks fast because we are really long. We do this every fucking week. Paige's picks here, your totals for the season. Austin is 28-20. I'm 20-28. And Paige 16-32. Not good all around.
Just got to get to 500 this week.
I went 7-9 last week. Like, I don't think I've gone 500 yet, right? I've been under every week. No, I went 500 the first week. Cowboys Giants Thursday.
Paige is taking the Cowboys. Just a note, she did mostly emojis this week, so
we have to try
I'm
to
also
figure them out.
taking the Cowboys.
Got the Cowboys as well. They need a win so bad, and the Giants let down spot, just like I said earlier. Saints at the Falcons.
Paige is taking the Saints. I'm also going to take the Saints. I think it could be a good bounce back.
I am so high on the Falcons and Kirk Cousins. I'm going to keep riding him out. I had him on the long shot last week. I had him to win.
You're also high on Kyle Pitts.
I think the Saints, not anymore, not after that one. I think the Saints are ass. So I'm taking the Falcons. Rams at the Bears.
Paige is taking the Rams. Obviously, she loves the Rams. She put a rhino emoji instead of a goat.
Close.
Interesting. I'm taking the Rams as well. This feels... I can't say it's too easy because there's way too many injuries, but...
Taking the Bears, gross, but it's my lock. They bounce back game. I'm just keep saying that. Vikings at the Packers.
Paige is taking the Packers. I'm also taking the Packers. I think Jordan Love plays this week, and it's going to be scary, but I think we'll be okay.
I forgot to bring it up while we talked about it earlier. Did you see the video of him warming up last week?
Kind of.
He looked slow. Everybody and like
yeah.
The thing was, Packers fans were like, "Oh, he looks good. He'll start next week." I'm taking the Packers. It's like, dude, am I like on crack? Like he looked so slow. Like he was like,
that's the thing. Like he doesn't have.
But the comments
fast.
were like, "Oh,
huge
put him in the
rushing...
game."
Oh no, I
no,
didn't
like
want
he
him to
was
play
literally just taking dropbacks, and he like looked like he was like being super light because he was in pain. And Packers fans in the comments were like, "Oh, he looks good. I'm surprised he's not playing this week." I'm like, he does not look good. He looks like he's limping through this. But maybe I'm just washed.
Being completely honest, they said that he was questioned, like game time decision. I don't think there was a chance he was going to play last week. I think it was more of just let's see if we can psych out the Vikings here, and then we'll just change everything up. But no, I do think he'll be ready for this week. He doesn't really have to move out of the pocket that much. Our O-line's been all right, so
I'm taking the Vikings. Taking the Vikings just because of that video. I don't think Jordan Love's going to play, and if I'm just going to keep fading Malik Willis until it hurts. So, Steelers at the Colts.
Paige is taking the Colts with a lightning bolt. If anyone doesn't remember, she used to call them the lightning bolt Colts. Yeah.
What does she call the Chargers? She calls the Chargers the bolts too, right? You can't have two bolts.
I don't remember. She always mixed them up for some reason. I'm taking the Steelers because I got Renegade stuck in my head today. So,
yeah, we were getting ready to record here, and we couldn't stop singing it, both of us. Luckily, it's left my head for now. I'm taking the Colts.
There's a mirror back here. I'm going to have to move that.
I'm taking the Colts. I hate this game. I hate the Colts. I hate Anthony Richardson, but the Steelers got to lose eventually.
You know what? This is my Russ Prove It game.
Third one of the year. Broncos at the Jets.
Paige is taking the Jets. I'm taking the Jets.
We're all on the Jets. Eagles at the Bucks.
Paige taking the Bucks. I'm going to take the Eagles.
Taking the Bucks. Bounce back. It's the lock. Run it.
It's crazy that you're so low on the Eagles considering you have so much invested into them for fantasy.
I know, and it's almost like hopefully I jinx it and they perform well in fantasy for me because I've got Devontae Smith in one league and then the other league I traded for Hurts and AJ Brown and it's not paying off so far. I'm 0-6 in both my leagues or all my leagues total. Did I say the Bucks? I got the Bucks. Bengals at the Panthers.
I'm taking the Bengals. Paige is on the Bengals.
I'm on the Bengals as well. That one's easy. Thanks for the free point
Not
NFL. Easy. Ooh, are we doing Survivor this week? We said yes. Last one. Everybody's 1-2, which is so shocking.
No, we're refreshing. 0-0. New.
Everybody's 0-0, but this is the last one. Like once you lose, you're done. And if there's a winner this week, they won because it's fucking annoying at this point. Who'd you have last week? Because you lost last week, right? Or no?
I had the Cowboys. I had the Chargers. No, I had the Jesus Christ. I had the 49ers.
All right,
were the
Jags.
only one that won last week.
Yep, Jets. And it was you shit talked it. Jags at the Texans.
Paige taking the Texans with a horse emoji. I'm also taking the Texans.
I'm taking the Texans with a Longhorn emoji that I didn't put on there. Commanders at the Cardinals.
Paige taking the Cardinals. I'm gonna take the Commanders. I think Jaden Daniels looked really fucking good.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals. I think they're a good team. I think the Lions are just better, and I think that the Commanders' defense won't be able to stop Marvin Harrison. Patriots at the Niners.
Paige says 49ers, even though they screwed me last week. We should mention she originally took the Rams, and then I told her last week about the Rams' injuries, so then she asked to take the Niners. We gave her that point back. So I'm taking the Niners.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. After further review.
Did I overturn it?
Yes.
Oh,
anyways, I'm taking the 49ers.
I'm on the Niners as well. Browns at the Raiders.
Paige says, the Browns seem irrelevant to me. Raiders with a slot emoji. I'm taking the Raiders.
That wasn't bad. I'm flipping. I'm taking the Browns. I think the
Deshaun Diddy Watson.
I think the Raiders are just so dysfunctional, and I don't think they can score points. So I'm taking the Browns. I'm so fucking hungry. We got to finish. Chiefs at the Chargers.
Paige is on the Chiefs. I'm on the Chiefs.
I'm on the Chiefs as well. That's easy. Bills at the Ravens Sunday night. This one was hard for me.
Paige taking the dollar bills. I'm going to take the Ravens.
Got the Ravens as well. I wanted the Bills so bad. I love my boy Josh, but I think the Ravens are going to start going on a roll here now. Titans at the Dolphins Monday night. Spread is disgusting.
Paige is taking 3 orange heart emojis. Tennessee Titans. I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Just a disgusting game. I'm going to be honest with you. I flipped the coin. I'm taking the Titans. And the under 30.5. And then finally, Seahawks at the Lions.
Paige has a lion emoji. I'm also going to take the Lions.
Taking the Lions as well. For our survivor pick here, I haven't picked one yet, but are we resetting any team?
Yep, you can take any team.
Okay.
Paige is on the Niners, correct?
Okay. Yep. Let me look through real quick and find the one.
I think I have my one.
I'm running it back. I'm taking the Jets.
That's fair.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna take. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Oof.
After I just shit talked about, you would never find me taking a Thursday night game. I'm taking the Cowboys on Thursday night.
Ugh.
What?
It's gross, man. The Cowboys have looked so bad, but I get it.
It's the Giants.
I know, but look what the Giants did last week. They somehow won a game.
No, not twice.
I don't know. We'll see. Well, that wraps it up for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, adore some tutties, and go Tigers.
Peace.